Last skittle, just on time, and I'm delighted to be joined by artist Kathrina Rupit, who uses science in her amazing artwork. Hello, Kathrina, you're very welcome to the start of Science Week.
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
So, of course, you use science in your artwork. Can you explain how you do that?
Sure. Well, I think everything comes from experimentation. I love playing with different textures and different materials, and then one thing brings to another, and then it's like, oh, I'm actually using science. So, what are the possibilities? And it's more room for play now.
And how, we love all things curious here in Science Week. How did you first become curious about using science in your art?
Um, Through the experimentation, I really was questioning how can I be more sustainable, more ecological, more in peace with the world where I live. And so I questioned like what material I'm using, where it comes from, and how can I be more aligned with the nature. And then by questioning myself, it's just coming to like, oh, what if I mix this, and can I take this another thing, and what happened when I put them together? Can I create a piece of artwork with this?
And of course, we can see your amazing artwork on screen. It's just so beautiful. Can you talk us through the process, the trial and error of how you got to make this piece of art?
Yeah, well, first of all, I came with the question of like, okay, how can I be more aligned? And I observe all my life and say, okay, one habit that I have is grab a coffee in the morning, and there's like I think like what happened with the coffee after that? Because I like the brown color, possibly like what happened with it after? And then I did a little research, and then I see that all of this waste, all of this organic waste, which is very good for the soil to grow vegetables and other plants, was just being wasted by being packed in plastic bags and then just finishing in landfills. So I was like, oh, can I rescue all of these elements and what can happen? So I took all of this, which it was the napkins, the paper bags, the stirrers, the coffee cups, and blended it all together with the coffee grains. And then I tried to do a dough, and for my surprise actually failed, and it was crumbling apart, and I was like, I need one more agent to kind of stick it all together. And I have a friend which love swimming on the sea, and going out with her one day I saw the algae, and I was like, oh, look at how plasticky it is. So I'm wondering, if I work with this, could I make it my bonding agent, and actually could make all of the other ingredients stick together and try and it work out. And finally I could make all of this waste that I produce every single day a piece of artwork that actually, is the home for more plants to grow on it.
Amazing. So you quite literally did scientific, sustainable testing and trial and error. And how long did it take you to make that particular piece?
I think the trying and failing it takes like about a week, and once I get everything like kind of going together, and and I figured it out, then it takes like another week, and it was super enjoyable to question, to figure it out, to put like hands in action, to play with the coffee, play with the algae, and just try and failing actually wasn't that bad. It was part of the fun.
And that's part and parcel of science. And of course, final question, have to ask, did you ever think you'd be using science to make art?
I didn't really think so. Like I thought art was only like colors and sculptures and paints. And when I realized that these two things can go hand, I was like, wow, this is a world of possibilities. So how to create more amazing things.
Well, Kathrina, thank you so much for joining us. I think you've inspired many young budding artists and scientists watching at home.